This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, so use the code Kenobi at checkout and my link in the description below for 5% off your order and to support the show. And of course, Ultra Pro 2 with all their wonderful protective products for your Magic the Gathering cards, including playmats and sleeves featuring official art, and the Eclipse sleeves, my personal favourites, and of course Saturn Towers 2, which all my Commander decks are in because I love them. Well, that's a lie. I have one deck in an alcove, that's what I believe it's called, another Ultra Pro product. That's not the point! If you want to pick up some of that stuff with 5% off as well, use the link in the description below to pick up Ultra Pro products and support the show, or pick them up at your local game store. It is no lie that when it comes to Magic the Gathering, green is perhaps my second favourite colour. It is often more powerful than white, especially in Commander, where green gets to do literally fucking everything. In Vintage cubes and Legacy cubes alike, I love me a Gaia's Cradle and some big fucking mana. I love to slam down a big fucking threat and ask my opponent to answer it. And once they've answered it, I go, whoopsie, here's a Crater Hoof. That isn't an option in Pioneer, the new non-rotating format. I say new, this format's been around for like 2 or 3 years at this point, but it's newish in terms of Wizards supporting it and it being the format for future RTQs or whatever the fuck they're called. I'm sure there's a Pioneer Pro Tour on the horizon as well. This is big mono green ramp, baby! The idea is to make huge amounts of fucking mana and then cast big fucking things. Also, there's a combo finish. Now, when I looked at the deck, and I won't lie, I've not seen this deck in action before playing the games in this league and the one you're about to see today, I assumed we made big fatties and hit our opponents with them, asked them to answer them, and that was that. However, board stalls happen, and other decks in the format are just faster than us in terms of aggro and combo. So, it does seem like it relies on the combo kill out of the sideboard more so than I expected. But more on that in a moment. Our deck has a load of mana of creating things. It has 4 Llanowar Elves, it has 4 Elvish Mystics in our 1-drop slot, and then we have 2 Sylvan Caryatids and 4 Wolf Pillowhaven, Furry's favourite Magic cards, in the 2-mana ramp slot. In the 3-mana ramp slot, we have Kira Behemoth Behekana. Only 3 of them, weirdly. I think it's one of the better cards in the deck, but let's not go into that. And then lastly, again, I'm taking this from the online, I'm a filthy net decker, but there's only 1 copy of Nissa, which is very strange to me because Nissa is absurd. Possibly one of the greatest 5-mana spells ever printed. Probably the best 5-mana Planeswalker. I'll go out on a limb and say that.
That's bait.
This card is fucking nutty, but there's only 1 copy of the deck. I think I would go up to 2 if I was customizing numbers. And then our other big ramp spell is Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. That's right, we're going to get some devotion online. We're going to untap Nykthos with either Kiora or Nissa, make a shit ton of mana, and then struggle to kill our opponents in my experience. I think you really need to play games with this deck. You can't just slam big fatties and win like you can with other ramp cards. And I mean, Tron in Modern, right? Play a Karn, play an Ugin and win. That's a pretty common occurrence. This deck has intricate lines. We have 4 copies of Oath this to find the appropriate Planeswalkers in our utility slot. Then we have just fatties. We have Old Growth Troll in the 3-drop, we have a Pelucanos for some interaction in the 4-drop, and we have Cavalier of Thorns in the 5-drop slot, all of which give decent amounts of devotion. Honestly, I think Old Growth Troll kind of fucking sucks. Some of you might have seen me on Twitter last week just complaining incessantly that if you play Old Growth Troll in a deck where Nykthos is one of the cards you want to see in your opening hand, sometimes you just can't cast your Old Growth Troll. There's gotta be a better 3-drop which is double green pipped and 1 colorless than this piece of shit. Pelucanos is great as a piece of interaction, although we can't shoot it for it. I wonder if there's space for Finale of Devastation in some sort of build like this, but all the pros and players way better than me aren't playing it, so who the fuck knows. Cavalier of Thorns is a big fatty that also ramps you and gets you back cards out of your graveyard to finish off your game plan when it dies. It's pretty decent. Always been a fan of Cavalier of Thorns. The last part of the main deck is going to be Karn, the Great Creator, a 4-mana Planeswalker that allows us to enact our combo and get utility bullets out of the sideboard, although I think our sideboard kind of fucking sucks in this build. And Storm the Festival, a 6-mana Collected Company light. It's actually sorcery speed, not instant speed, and it gets 5 drops, not 3 drops, but it has flashback too, so it's kind of like Collected Company in that it's card selection in green that gets you more mana than you put into it. Look, it reminds me of Coco, okay? I know some people say it's nothing like Coco, but it reminds me of Coco. This is the reason we aren't playing any 6-drops. We don't see like a singular Coglet in here for the fight and attack, destroy artifact utility. Instead, we go for 5 drops and low off Storm. It allows us to hit everything in our deck. Usually when you cast this, in my experience, you hit like multiple lands and Llanowar Elves. It's that classic Collected Company problem, right? If you play Mana Dorks in your Coco deck, it whittles down the possibility of hitting multiple 3-drops. In this case, we want to hit multiple 3, 4, and 5 drops really to get the most mana efficiency out of Storm, but there's a shitload of crap we don't want to hit once we've started ramping. Then we have a sideboard full of cards that are probably good in certain matchups, but I don't really understand Pioneer, if I'm honest. We have Skylashers to fight blue creatures, question mark. There must be a blue-red tempo deck in the format. We have Voracious Hydra to give us more interaction in terms of a fight ability on a creature, but then we also have just a whole toolbox of Karn cards. Now, I often bemoan the fucking design philosophy from War of the Spark onwards, but I'm a big fan of like toolbox sideboards and toolbox tutor packages. It's just a way that I like to play Magic, and Karn has allowed that in multiple formats. I have a real soft spot for Karn. We have a land drop, we have Graveyard Interaction, Tormod's Crypt, and Grafdigger's Cage, and Unlicensed Hearse, a new one from not Strixhaven, sorry. Fuck out the sets of Flybass. So fast, I can't remember their names. It's from New Capenna. You just eat things in the yard, and eventually two elves jump in it, and they just ride the hearse right into your opponent's face like a fucking Ford hitting Urza in the mouth. Pithing Needle allows you to stop Planeswalkers and other frustrating cards. Damping Sphere is probably for the mirror when you don't have a Nykthos drawn, you want to turn off their Nykthos. A Lotus Field as well, I assume, is not great into Damping Sphere. Chain Veil gives us nutty turns. You might see that in this video. God Pharaoh's Statue is to stack our opponent out if we get an early mana lead but don't have the facilities to combo out. Console's Flagship and Meteor Golem both allow us to have interaction in the form of killing or destroying certain permanents. And lastly, we have Pestilent Cauldron. Oh, that's right, it's a black artifact that Karn can go and grab, but we're going to mainly cast the back end, which is a green regrowth effect. It's double regrowth for creatures, lands, or planeswalkers for 5 mana. And what I learned in today's video is that it heals both of you for 4 life. I didn't realize this. I thought it was only us. I'm a big fucking dum-dum. The idea is that we get a Kiora and a Karn in the bin and a Kiora and a Karn in play. Cavalier of Thorns is our best way to do that because Cavalier of Thorns allows us to put things into the yard when it's the battlefield and finds the land. We then use this spell to loop Karns and Kioras. The Kioras untapping the Nykthoses. If we can get to a point where our devotion is high enough that each loop generates us more mana, we keep going and we have infinite mana, and both us and our opponents have infinite life, in theory. Sometimes we can use it to set up an insurmountable board state, put our opponent on 40 odd life and just smash them to death with a huge amount of power. Don't forget, if you've got active Nissa, you're making 3 power a turn. Actually, that sounds so fucking pathetic, doesn't it? My point is, you can make insurmountable board states where you can chunk them in 2 to 3 turns, especially if they're low on resources. But really, we want to cast the Cauldron side, the left-hand side. To do that, we're going to use our Caryatid mana. I do think there should be an Overgrown Tomb in the mana base here as well, although we can't fetch it. And then once we cast the Pestilent Cauldron, the second ability, each opponent mills cards equal to the amount of life that you've gained this turn. After you've done the loop, let's say an arbitrarily large number of times, let's say 61. You do it 61 times, you got 4 times 61 life, that's like 12 life, right? Then you build them for 12, or whatever the amount is that their library is at the time. You can do the math. I'm not gonna do the math. I'm not a mathematician, I'm a fucking dog scientist. At that point, they go to draw and they die, because the alternate win con in Magic is that if your opponent does not have cards in their library and they go to draw a card, they are dead. Problem is, if you don't have access to the black mana, you can just like loop and loop and loop and have to hope that your board state is an insurmountable advantage. It's messy. The deck has some intricate lines that are fun, but fuck is this deck surprisingly messy. Like when I look at it, when I first looked at this, I was like, cool. Big green shit with a Karn sideboard package. Let's go, I can play this. I've played all this shit in other formats before. And then when I discovered this in a call with some higher tier patrons when we were chatting on the weekend before last, I could not figure out what the fuck was going on. This combo is not intuitive at all. But either way, that's the fucking deck. There's a link in the description down below. Let me know what you think of this build. I do think the sideboard could have some much more fun tech pieces to allow you to get ahead more. Great Henge, for example, or Immortal Sun are ones I've seen played, although Immortal Sun does shut off your whole Planeswalker combo ability. If you like the video as we get into the gameplay, don't forget to subscribe as well. I'm so close to 100k, I can smell it, and it smells like fucking victory. Right, let's play some fucking games! As with all good green ramp decks, you sometimes just draw the wrong half of the deck. And by sometimes, I mean every fucking time, because it's me. We want to get into a 2-lander with like 3 2-mana ramp spells. We're going to have to keep this, because I don't want to mulligan to 5. They lead with a mountain that could be mistaken for a plains from half a mile away. We draw a Mana Dork, which is actually a pretty decent draw. It gives us something to do on turn 1. It also gives our opponent something to do on turn 1 as they don't bolt it, they don't shock it, they play with fire it. That is a verb that I'm not keen on. They play a card with a lot of text on it, I don't know what it does. We draw a Nykthos, it's actually pretty decent, it's a pretty good draw. We'll play a Caryatid now because it'll be unsummoning sick next turn. Meanwhile, that allows us to play 2 mana, put this onto a land and give us the ability to make 2 more mana if we draw another 2-drop. Our opponent did miss a land drop last turn. They finally hit their second land drop. They're going to play a body down, they'll get a counter thanks to the power of this thing. It's an Eidolon, so it's going to ping us when we cast ramp spells, but not anything like big, which is what we really want to cast. A Kiora would have been nicer, but we drew a Karn. We're going to take some damage to play a Wolf Pillow Haven onto our forest. Playing a Karn would be stupid because they just die to the attacks of both the Eidolon and the hasty backside of this this Saga thing. They play another Saga. They play another Saga. We're going to block the 2/2 as they have no open mana, so they can't pump it anyway. I did have to read it, by the way, to make sure it didn't increase the amount of damage it did. You know, like the Dwarven guy, you know, Torbrand, that's the one. We're going to play Cavalier of Thorns because it's 5 mana and it seems efficient. It should hopefully hit us a land. It does. I don't think our deck has any like clear ways to gain life besides the infinite combo in the sideboard. Whatever creature they play next gets 2 whole counters. The Fanatical Firebrand's going to get 2 counters thanks to the Kamano Faceless Thingamabob. If I seem indignant, it's not because they're on mono red, it's because there's a lot of cards in Pioneer that I just don't know, so I've got to wing it, right? They cast another another Saga. There's going to be so many bodies on board next turn, I probably just die. They attack in my 5/6, they don't, which is nice. We drew a Cavalier, so I'm going to activate my Nykthos, making 5 mana. I'm then going to go ahead and cast Storm the Festival, hopefully hitting a Kiora and some big fatty. No, we hit pretty much all the worst possible things we could hit, if I'm completely honest with you. These are pretty fucking bad. Like, if we're completely honest, this is fucking terrible. We're just going to go ahead and put these fucking Havens on this thing here. Tap this for how much mana? For 3. Play an Old Growth Troll. Take 2. Yeah, powerful magic over here. They get a shit ton of 2/2s now. Hasty 2/2s. Weirdly, they aren't legendary on the backside, even though they're referencing old legendary cards from Kamigawa. Just something I hadn't noticed until now. That's probably what makes it such a good 1-drop, even if it does only get super aggressive from like turn 3 onwards. Or turn 2? Turn 2? Turn 3? I don't know. Do they get in? They do get in. We're going to block like this and hopefully just take 4, but I'm assuming they've got something. Is it just pump the whole team? Oh, it's an Ember Cleave. Jesus Christ. Forgot about this bad boy. So now we take 8 and go to 1. Because of these things, our troll just dies. We don't get the mana, by the way. We drew a Kiora. So can we combo kill? Let's go into the tank. So we're going to tap our Nykthos for a bunch of fucking mana. 7 to be exact. Actually, no, we're not, because we're going to play the Kiora before we do this anyway. And the Cavalier also nets us 3 more mana, but it costs us 5 to deploy it. I'm going to make 3 off the Kiora for the Kiora here off this land. Oh! Whoopsie. We had to cast the Khan first, then get the spell out of our graveyard, out of our sideboard, then cast it to gain full life, then maybe cast the Kiora. But at that point, we wouldn't have had the mana to combo off, right? Because this would have been 7, 4, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 4 plus 5 is 9. Play the Kiora. Actually, maybe we could have done. Whoopsie fucking daisy. Walked right into that one. We have won the die roll. Our hand is, of course, garbage. Our hand is... It plays spells, that's for sure. The question is, what is the good thing in our sideboard for this matchup? Nothing gains any life, right? Does Godfrey statue against life? They just lose life. So there's nothing here that feels good against the aggro deck. So I think I'm going to keep the Cavalier and put the Khan back, although we can't cast the Cavalier with the current mana setup. But Khan isn't good at blocking, so we're going to put Khan on the bottom. We play a Wolf Pillow Haven onto our forest after getting slapped by a Fanatical Firebrand. I do wonder how good this deck is into the burn deck. I mean, if we just play a load of 4/4s and 5/6s, I guess it's fine. But the fact that we have like 8 Dorks in our deck that will die to Fanatical Firebrand and probably other burn spells too isn't great. They play Kari Zev, the one that brought Ragavan to the game, but not the Ragavan we all hate, and we take 1. We drew a Llanowar Elves that just fucking dies to the Firebrand. Although them trading the body for it isn't terrible. We're just going to play it out because it's sitting in hand, doesn't do anything. It also allows us to block the Kari Zev if they attack as well. Obviously they can use the Fanatical Firebrand to clear out the Llanowar Elves they can attack, but then we just block the token, so that doesn't seem great for them. Chain Whirler? No. Anax. Okay, Anax is good here because when they trade in the Firebrand for our Elf, they get a 1/1. No attacks. Interesting. We draw Storm the Festivals. They let us untap with 6 mana, which doesn't seem correct, honestly. We're going to cast Storm the Festival and hopefully it won't be dog shit. That seems... again, really fucking underwhelming. Like, I don't think this deck does much, honestly. But I guess... yeah, whatever. Nykthos and Kiora. Okay. And then we're going to untap the Forest. Now, they can kill our Llanowar Elves here to give us 1 less mana, but they're not going to. Fine. This makes how much mana? 5, 6, 5. Okay, we're going to cast a Cavalier of Thorns, which will draw us a card. Okay, you know what? That was more than reasonable for 6 mana. Drawing a card, making a 5/6, making a Planeswalker, getting a Nykthos. I'll let that one go. And next turn we have a Nissa, which is a magic card. I think we've turned a corner. Like, I guess we still need to bear in mind that Embercleave can really wreck our shit with Anax. They're going to kill our Llanowar Elves here. It does shrink the front end of Anax, so it makes Embercleave worse. Eidolon of the Great Revels. Eidolon of the Great Revels pinging themselves. They attack just with an Anax. I'm going to block with the Cavalier of Thorns and put the Storm the Festival back on top of our library. They make 2 1/1 satyrs, I guess. Cool. We draw the Storm the Festival on top of our library. We go ahead and make 5 mana off our Nykthos. Cast a Nissa. I'm going to put I'm not going to untap that with Nissa and that. Yeah, I'm going to untap it with my Kiora. Then tap a Forest for 2 green. Activate it again. Cast Storm the Festival. Get a Karn and an Oath. Do I want the Oath or do I just want another Nykthos? I think I want another Nykthos. I'm going to keep the untapped one. We're then going to down tick our Karn. Now, I want to combo kill by grabbing the Cauldron. But we can't because we don't have any of the Planeswalkers. We have a Kiora in the bin, but no Karn. I'm going to grab the Chain Veil here. And then I'm going to activate this Shrine again. Generating 7 mana, 9 mana, 11 mana. I'm going to recast Storm the front. Have I used all my Planeswalkers? We haven't got another Nissa in our deck, so we're not going to reuse another Nissa. I'm going to hit just 2 lands and a Karn, I guess. Yeah, I'll put a Karn in the bin. So let's go with Forest and Karn. We're going to keep the fresh one. We're going to down tick this Karn. We're going to grab our Cauldron. We're going to uptick and untap our Nykthos. We're going to make some more green with our Nykthos by tapping some lands to make mana to put into the Nykthos. Then we're going to go ahead and cast the backside of 5, which leaves us with 3. 3 mana is not enough to go off. So I guess we're going to go Chain Veil. And then we're going to go, for each Planeswalker we control, we can activate them again. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just stumbling my way through a combo here. Then we're going to use Kiora to untap the Nykthos. We're going to use Nissa to untap this Wolf Pillow Haven, which makes us 3 mana. Then we're going to look at our sideboard again. Basically, we tap this for 3 mana. We then activate this for 7. So we end up with 8 mana. This costs 5. We get Kiora back. We can cast, and Karn, right? We can cast Kiora, but then we don't get enough mana to be able to cast Karn again, let alone go for the Cauldron. So we can kill them next turn. But we can't do that right now, so we need to do something else. Like, down tick my Karn. Grab a flagship, load of green mana, 8 mana to be precise, play a console's flagship, kill the Karizev, and then we have like loads of mana, but it doesn't fucking matter, like we can just pass back to our opponent here. The interesting thing is we don't actually have black mana from the Pestilence Cauldron right now. We need a Caryatid to do that, so we can't cast the front end of it to combo kill them by making a load of life and then milling them out. Is there a world where they play a Trampler, a Haster, and then cleave it and we just die? Well, that's a big goal. So I believe we're about to lose some Planeswalkers, but which ones? I mean, Nissa's got 7 loyalty on her. She's the one that we want to survive so we can untap and like cast this and then just recast things that we get back out of the bin with Restorative Burst. So they attack Kiora. We're going to crew the Skyship. They got 1 more mana here, so I don't mind that. We're going to crew this with our Troll. And then we're going to go to blocks. Just going to block a Satyr. If we block the Hazoret, we lose the Skyship. And if we can't combo kill them, we need to be able to just hit them in the sky and all that shit. Kiora dies, which is very sad. If they had a bolt, they'd just bolt our Nykthos, right? We'll play a Mystic, which actually nets us some mana. But it does shoot us for 4 though, so maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I'm then going to make a load of green. I'm going to cast Restorative Burst. And I'm going to grab myself a Kiora and a Nykthos. We gain 4 life from that. We uptick our Karn on our Sky Sovereign Skyship, so it's just a creature for the turn. Play a Nykthos. Keep the untapped. Tap it for a load of green mana. 8 to be exact. Play a Kiora, which will ping us. That's fine. We're then going to untap the Nykthos. We have so much mana and not a whole lot to do with it, honestly. We're going to activate Chain Veil. Actually, we need to activate Nith. We're going to float some more mana and then activate our Nissa. Activate Chain Veil. Activate Karn. Say yes. We actually have like 18 damage on board if I Meteor Golem or the Eidolons like swing, but where's the fun? Is that the fun? Is that fun? I'm not sure if that's fun or not. I mean, that's pretty fun. Let's grab the Cauldron for a moment. Tap this for a load of green. Cast the back end. We'll get back a Kiora and a Karn. We have infinite mana now. We have infinite mana by looping Kioras and Nykthoses. Nyxes. I don't know. Does cost us 4 life, but then we gain 4 life. We don't have infinite life, though. Cast this, take 4. It resolves. Keep this one. I don't think I activated it twice, like I should have done. Make more green. We need something in our table to draw cards off the Karn, honestly. 9 green in pool. 15 green in pool. I'm just going to untap one of these forests. Fuck it. Cast a Khan. Down tick Khan. Say yes. Grab a Meteor Golem, I guess. Cast the Meteor Golem. Kill an Eidolon. Down tick Khan again. Say yes. Grabbing the thing in exile so we can gain 4 life. That seems good. Yeah, that seems good. Grab this. Make it green. Cast Restorative Burst again. Get back my my Kiora and my Khan. 3 mana. Kiora. Take 2. Kiora resolves. Keep this one. Untap this Nykthos. Tap for some green. Make some green. Tap for some green. Untap this Nykthos. Tap for some green. Cast a Khan. Put this one in the bin. No, keep this one. Put that one in the bin. That's right. Down tick Khan. Say yes. Grab something else. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing at this point. I guess a Cauldron again? Cast the back end. Target Kiora and Khan. Down tick Khan again. Put the Cauldron back in my hand again. Cast a Kiora. Take 2. Kiora resolves. But we can't cast the Cauldron yet. We still can't do it. Untap this Nykthos. Make some more green. We're running out of clock, by the way. That's the thing. Untap the Nykthos. Make some more green. Cast the Restorative Burst. I'm going to go grab a Llanowar Elves and a fucking Nykthos, I guess. Gain 4 life. Play a Llanowar Elves. Take 2. Cast a Khan. Keep the fresh Khan. Down tick the Khan. Let's go and get a Godfarrow statue. Let's down tick again. And grab a Cauldron. And just cast the statue. Go to combat. Attack with, like, all the things that can. So these. Why are they on 38 life? Why are they on 38? Does this give both players life? Each player gains 4. I didn't realize that. Well, we ain't dying. We ain't killing by combat damage. I didn't realize that said each player gained 4. And I played this deck for 3 rounds yesterday and did this combo twice. Because then you just play off the Caryatid and mill them out, right? We need a Caryatid, basically. Or maybe I just hit them for 28 next turn. Maybe that's a thing. If they attack with everything, we make a really infinitely large layer of the Hydra, right? And then we just die in round 3. But then we get the moral victory. Block Meteor Golem here. Block a Mystic here. Block a Mystic here. Draw a card. Make some mana. Make 7 mana. And then untap this. Tap it again. Go with that one. Untapping this forest. They're gonna bolt something. They're pausing. We've got like a lot smaller clock than them. I was just looping aimlessly. My favorite way to loop is to loop aimless. Animate the Sky Sovereign. We're going to go ahead and play a Nykthos. We're going to keep this one. We're going to activate this one. We're going to go ahead and activate the Chain Veil. We're going to activate Nissa to grow the Nykthos to a creature. We're going to activate it again to make more mana. We're going to activate Khan to make this Godfarrow statue into a creature. We're going to untap the Nykthos again. We're going to activate the Nykthos again. I know what I'm doing. And then we're going to make a layer of the Hydra with, like, all the power we've got. It's 22-22. We're going to go to combat and we're going to attack. There we go. I found one of the win cons that I hadn't really thought about, which is a really big layer of the Hydra. Let's hope they don't fog us in response to this. Because then we get to go to game 3 and try and win in 3 minutes 32. What have they got? What have they got? Are they just going to try and waste our clock by burning us? If they're deflecting Palm, that would be really funny. I know they haven't got white mana, but some version of deflecting Palm I haven't seen yet from a new set. Oh, they have blockers because of Zoran's this thing. Okay, they're on 6. Do your worst, opponent. I'm on 20. I mean, that is 12 points of damage if they just go... Holy fuck, if they just go, what do we call it? Oh, they don't attack, okay. And then we're just gonna do one more Nykthos. And then we're gonna animate this. I'm gonna untap Nykthos again. And then go to combat and attack with all. I think this is lethal. It's some number and they're on 6. We got them. We got them. We've got 3 minutes to ramp and kill our aggro opponent in game 3. Are you ready to go fast? Because I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really fucking try. 3 minutes on the clock, baby. This hand seems like it can make mana, so we're gonna go with it. They play a Monastery Sphere with a weird art. Play a Forest Pass turn. Damping Sphere from them, that's fine. We're not on line on Nykthos here, we just want to draw fatties. Get hit for 2. Play a Nykthos, play a Caryatid pass turn. Fanatical Firebrand from our opponent can't shoot our Caryatid. Although if we block and they cast a spell, they can then ping us. I was gonna block the Fanatical Firebrand, but I passed through by accident, my bad. 3 green, Kiora, untap our Caryatid, cast a Caryatid. No, I won't. I'm a liar. there is a Damping Sphere in play, which means we can't do that. Whoopsie daisy. I'll block the Firebrand. This could be a Embercleave though. It is. They put it on the prowess creature though, right? No, they're gonna whittle down our mana instead. Fair enough. We make a Nissa, we make some mana, we make a Caryatid. I'm still keeping the forest back on blocks. No, we don't, Vince, because of the Damping Sphere. Keep forgetting about Damping Sphere. I keep forgetting about the second line of text on Damping Sphere. It makes all spells cost an extra 1 mana for each spell cast before them. We need Nissa to survive so that we can just like cast the Storm the Festival and hope it gets us there. I think I just take 4 to the face here instead of sacrificing the forest. We've got the mana next turn. But it is dangerous, honestly, but there you go. Let's go ahead and make a load of green mana. 6 mana to be precise, and cast, well, let's go... Fuck, mana's hard. 6 mana, Storm the Festival. We want to hit some fatties here. We did hit some fatties. Let's go with Polukranos and Cavalier of Thorns. Draw some cards. Drawing a forest would be nice. Hitting a forest. We hit a forest. Draw a forest. Draw a forest. No. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and untap this forest. Then we're going to go ahead and untap this forest. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we pass to them. We eat something in their combat step with Polukranos. Which means I've got to really fuck with my time here. I've got less than a minute to kill them. They go to move the Embercleave and we're going to Monstrous. 3 damage. It's dead. They get 2 1/1s. The Embercleave does not move. Pass to their combat. Pass the Damping Sphere, sure. You draw... yeah, I guess, sure. We're going to make a forest. I'm just going to swing for the fences here. They only have 2 blockers, and this is a lot of damage. Untap my Polukranos and pass turn. Oh, there are 9. What can they do to us? There's other things we could have cast last turn, by the way, but there's just it's a time concern. 1 damage to all planeswalkers and creatures. They have 1 card in hand. What could it possibly be? They suit up an Embercleave. They attack. They want to see if we just fail to block. Block here, block here. Oh my god, are we doing this? We're going to animate this. Go to combat. Holy shit. Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, eat your fucking ass out. This is me, Pleasant Kenobi. Oh, baby. Holy shit. 12 seconds to go. They had 12 minutes. That's like approximately 1 million times the time we had. And they're on... they're on Burn. Well, Burn does give you a mono red aggro or RDW or whatever the fuck the nomenclature or vernacular you want to use to describe the red deck in Pioneer is. They're going to have more time, right? We did the stupid loopy combo with no fucking win con. I think our sideboard is terrible, by the way. This was a 5-1 or a 6-1 deck in a challenge, and I really don't think we're kitted out to make use of the infinite combo. That's been me! I've been Pleasant Kenobi! This has been Pioneer with supposedly one of the best decks in the format, although it's Durdle Town, isn't it? It's real fucking Durdle Town. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe. I'm so close to 100k. I'm so close. Subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.
I have a general question. You ever play Diablo?
Yeah, shit.